Are you sick of trying to draw beefy Brolic characters that wind up looking more like SpongeBob SquarePants in that episode where he wore anchor arms? Well, you're in luck, because MRD is here to fix that. The silhouette around someone being swole is largely determined by their frame, and their frame is like their bones, right? It's the scaffolding that the muscles sit on top of. If I'm drawing someone just regular, I might draw their rib cage or the space that their rib cage occupies, something like that. Then I might draw the shoulders right here. I want to exaggerate and I want to draw the Hulk or I want to draw Broly. I'm going to bring it all the way out here. The rib cage is going to look something like this. Now we can dive into the muscle. When it comes to somebody looking swole, it has almost nothing to do with size and everything to do with proportion. Look at these two arms. In a literal sense, this arm is bigger than this arm. But this arm is a little bit wider. It has different proportions. So naturally, this arm looks a little bit more swole. Let's talk about the first muscle group, the triceps. It's because your triceps mean more, especially for a front-facing view, mean more for your silhouette. What do I mean by that? In kind of like an athletic person, your tricep might look like that. Again, very muscular. For swole people, their triceps always poke out just slightly farther than their deltoid. The biceps do matter as well, don't get me wrong. So I'm always gonna pull out some big biceps as well. But what determines if a character looks swole is more determined by the triceps. This is an arm with massive biceps and no triceps. This arm proportionally looks very awkward. Now, let me take the same arm and give it massive triceps and almost no biceps. Same muscles, same level of definition, and both look slightly awkward, right? But this arm, especially if you're attuned to looking at reference, you'll notice that this arm just looks a little bit more aesthetically pleasing and looks a little bit more realistic, right? Even with no bicep muscle definition at all, which again, you wouldn't see. Now, what's another muscle that adds to the silhouette? Now, this is a muscle that you guys might not have thought about, the lats. The lats are this muscle. These are your lats. I don't know if you've ever seen all these bodybuilders do a lat spread, but these are those butterfly wings that come out from under the arms. The second I pull out some lats, now we're really selling it. If you're drawing a character this big, please stop giving these characters weak traps. These are your traps. Bust it out like a bust can of biscuits. Why? Because the traps create this silhouette. Right? This is the silhouette that you want. So if you're really invested in getting swole, make sure that you're following this advice. Or else, I'm sorry to break it to you, but
you ain't gonna never get swole. You see what I'm saying?